Hello and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. It's early in the morning, so we're going to put this thing out first thing. It's Sunday, the 26th. Basically, this is another watch, the final watch from the last batch from Felo. Again, we want to say thank you to Felo and to all the other members. Felo is down in Miami. He's been a long-time supporter of the channel. He's a member. My buddy Joe or Jody. I keep calling him Joe because his daughter put up. Anyway, long story. His name's Jody. But Jody Sylvia, Carl Vincent, and Dean P. All my members. If you'd like to become a member, right next to the little thing that says subscribe, says join. You can subscribe and join, and also hit that notification bell. Make sure y'all do that so that way y'all get notified whenever I put out something, just in case it doesn't pop up in your feed like it should. But anyway, with all that said, today we have the Seestern model S436. They call it the vintage GMT Homage NH34 Seestern wristwatch. Boy, that's a mouthful. So, right off the back, I have to say, I really like this. I mean, this is really nice looking. As per most Seestern, Suggest type watches, the finishing is excellent. Like the brush work and everything, it looks fan-friggin-tastic. Felo still got the sticker down here on the bottom. But like the brushing and everything like that, because this is a brand new watch, hasn't been worn. Just looks fantastic. It feels really good. The bracelet feels really good, and so does the case. Like, the edges are crisp, but they're not jagged. Like, there's no underlying roughness or sharpness anywhere. Like, it feels really good. Another thing I like right off the back is they used their own, or like kind of, not hands you would find on anything else, i.e. Tudor, Mercedes, like no snowflake hands, no sword hands. I'm actually kind of a fan of the pencil hands. I really kind of like those. Like in my list, it goes sword hands, then pencil hands. But I really like the colorways that they used on this. The orange for the GMT hand is, just jumping out at me. The fact that they used a, stainless steel stay in place bezel is actually kind of nice. I mean, I do like that for some of the GMTs. Yeah, okay, you can't do 3 time zones, but honest to God, man, I like a bidirectional bezel, but I just like it to play with it. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to use that to try and set the 3rd time zone. Like the sheer math of it is a pain in the dick. So no, using it to read 2 time zones is more than enough. If you need to read 3, then well, grab your friggin' phone. At any rate, this thing's got female end links, but they also look like they're solid links. So like that's very nice. I mean, this thing just feels excellent in the hand. Crown action. Let's see how that is. Ooh, not bad. Let's see what kind of crown is this. It's just all right. So I had noticed on several of the other watches that we had gotten, or I've gotten recently, especially like that Eddie's Dive yesterday. There wasn't a crown tube like this, for the crown to thread down on. It actually like threads into the case, I believe. Like, what I'm saying? Like when you're pushing it in, you're threading it directly into the case, which, not that you can really cross thread it, but, when jamming it in there, if you don't get it just right and you go ahead and send it, on that kind of design, you could really muff things up. I don't like that. I like something like this where you got a nice crown tube and everything, but the crown and everything feels real good. NH34A, I believe it's got like the little jumping hour hand. Hold on, let's see. No, that's the date. Yep. See, the GMT hand jumps to the next hour position. So, not jumping hour hand in like the sense that most people would think because they want this hand to jump. But honestly, the GMT hand jumping is just as effective. It allows you to line it up quicker and easier. This has kind of got like a matte dial and printed on indices, which I gotta say I actually really like the way this looks, like with that faux patina. I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for the faux patina because I really do like vintage watches. Like I like the history and stuff behind them. But man, you just can't wear them. You know, they're too valuable. And to be perfectly honest, when you get up and close and personal with them, they're cool because you're holding a piece of history in your hand, but they're rather janky otherwise. Hang on a second. I got to go retrieve my calipers and a couple other tools. Hang on. All right. Sorry, the other watch reviewer in the house don't know how to return nothing when she's done. 6.8 millimeters for the crown. Let's see the thickness on this. 12.6 millimeters. So that's very, very respectable. Of course, there's no Cyclops or anything like that. Let's get across the case. 39.2, which is right close to what they actually say on the paperwork here, which is 39.5. Let's see, north to south. Coming in at 47.4 at the end links. Let's see, 48 right here at the wingtips because they just overhang just a little bit. But like this bracelet articulates correctly. Like we've seen several from San Martin where they don't, like it won't go out flat like that, and it doesn't hang straight down like that. You know, like they articulate, but they don't articulate cleanly and fully like this one does. This has also got their on the fly micro adjust system, which is similar to, but not quite exactly the same, where San Martin, you push a button. This one, you kind of pull it and it slides out. I don't know. I kind of like the Seestern one a little bit better. You know, it's just easier to get your fingernail in there. Sometimes with the San Martin one, you got to push it and it just doesn't release quite right. Like you got to push the button a little hard. I've got 3 or 4 watches now with the San Martin on the fly adjustment deal, and a couple of them work good. A couple of them, it's okay. This is 316 stainless steel. Let's see. It's got the NH34A, so they're saying it's got a 35-hour power reserve. I would say it's probably right around that. Like I actually wound this watch up for somebody else just yesterday, and this morning it was dead. So that was right around like 24 hours. Now, am I absolutely positive I had wound it fully? No, I'm not, because the watch was already running and I didn't want to overwind it. So, you know, that is what that is there. This is a 26,000 or 21,600 beats movement. You know, the 3 hertz deal or whatever. They say the water resistance on this is, you know, up to 100 meters, which that's right respectable. Especially, I mean, this watch will let you do pretty much anything you need to do, you know, exploring wise. I mean, if you was going out and doing some straight up Indiana Jones kind of shit. You know what? This one is a screw link bracelet. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm going to size this up so I can put it on my wrist. Hang on. Okay, so we're jumping to the Lume shot real fast. I did go ahead and get the watch sized up, but the heating unit decided to turn on, so decided we go ahead and do the Lume shot real fast. It looks like they're using like a C3 type Lume here with that faux patina. One thing that I will say that on any of the ones that I have that it's printed on like this one, and not necessarily speaking for this one, but the Lume lasts a good little while, but it does seem to fade out kind of quick. When I say kind of quick, I mean after an hour or two, it's pretty much done. With that being said, if you're going diving and stuff like that, it's sufficient. But yeah, for like, just lasting all night and all that kind of thing, no, it typically does not. However, it is nice and functional. It's plenty bright, and you can always hit it with a flashlight real quick, type deal. But I don't know. Like I said, if you was actually traveling and exploring kind of thing, you may not have those options kind of deal. But that like I said, it's nice and bright. It is already starting to dim down though. Like from where I hit it with a flashlight just till now, I can visually see a difference. But yeah, so anyway, let's go out and see how it looks on my wrist. The heater just stopped. All right, so let's slip this thing on the wrist. Sorry if you guys hear Scooby sneezing in the background there. We're out in the garage, and the garage is where I smoke. He doesn't like cigarette smoke, but he was being a fussy butt because he wants to be around Daddy. So he's definitely a daddy's boy. But yeah, I mean, this thing fits really nice. Like, it's just, it conforms to the wrist. I damn near want to say almost perfectly. Like, it's just the right size. Here, let me move this one light up and focus it away a little bit so I can move back with my arm. But yeah, no, I mean, this thing fits like really, really, really well. I mean, I don't have it on the tightest adjustment, but I mean, you guys can see I've got it fit like really good. Now, the clasp, when you go to close it on this, and it may be just because it's brand new, you got to push a little bit on it to get it to go on. But I mean, the way it conforms to the wrists here at the lugs and everything like that, they did such a good job on this bracelet. It almost feels like it's got curved lugs, and it don't. It, like, the bottom of this case is flat as a bitch. So yeah, I think they did a right good job. And one thing that I'm sure some of y'all are going to be like, oh, well, they should have signed the clasp. I like it better when it's nice and just flat like that, because if you ever do have to, take out the scratches, this would be much easier to work with than something with a little emblem all up in the way that you got to work around. So, I know a lot of y'all aren't thinking about all that and everything, and especially because these watches, I couldn't find that one listed anywhere. Actually, hang on a second. Let me just double check. All right, so I wound up going on the Suggest website, not the one on AliExpress, but their actual website. They have it advertised on there for $239, which again, for the level of quality you're getting here, I would say that is definitely a reasonable price. It's a little subjective, but I would say yeah. The NH34A is a right reliable movement. It's one that you can definitely count on. It's going to take the ass whooping and all that kind of good stuff. Is it my absolute favorite GMT movement? No, but it is really reliable. And like, just for example, I ordered up one for This watch right here, this old Pagani that Felo sent me, that didn't work anymore. Dean, just so you know, this is the one that movement I'm sending with the other watch came from. Like I said, it would run. It's just when you put it on your wrist and wore it, it would stop running. You know, obviously there's nothing wrong with the watch that I'm sending you, but like I said, it's backup parts. But at any rate, I've got an NH34A coming for this with a new dial and hands. I think y'all are really going to like that one when it comes out. I've already swapped out the bracelet, put on one with the glide lock system, fits the case better, nice and tight. The other one had a wiggle jiggle. The only other thing I would really like to change or fix on that would be the bezel. It's just got a little bit of, well, not a little bit, it's got a lot of backplay. But at any rate, point is that, you know, when it comes to me building a watch and stuff like that, I don't hesitate to use an NH34A myself because they're just that reliable. I put one in a friend of mine's watch, new dial, new hands, all that good stuff. Turned out really good. And that one I got it regulated down to, I think it was plus 3 seconds. So it, you know, the beat error was at a full second, but I didn't go messing with that one because, you know, you can really jack that up. So beat error was 1.0 milliseconds, which is higher than I wanted, but it was acceptable. And then, like I said, I got it running at plus 3 seconds per day. So yeah, that's very reliable and respectable kind of numbers. So at any rate, NH34A, good movement. You know, there are other watches out there that use the NH34A that are a little bit cheaper, but I would be willing to bet if you go on AliExpress and find this thing, you will find it for a much better price than $239, or at least the same as $239. With all that being said, y'all have seen the Lume, you've seen the measurements, you've seen it on my wrist. Very nice watch. I like this. Excuse me, I got the hiccups again. But very nice watch. You know, I like the dial layout. You know, I like the way they got all the minute markers and everything laid out and all that stuff. And the markers, again, for the GMTs on the outside edge for the hours. That's very cool. And again, not too much text on the dial. It's, you know, what you need to know. Manufacturer is a GMT, depth rating, and then it's an automatic. Yeah. So with all that being said, I really appreciate y'all watching. Check out the rest of my videos. Check out the Black Friday sale and 11/11 sale videos. There's all kinds of links on them for all the watches that I, you know, kind of cover and go over in those videos. Yes, I'm AliExpress affiliate. No, it don't affect your price. All you got to do is click the link and it'll help us out. At any rate, I really appreciate all y'all. Check y'all later. Bye.